Good morning, people. Welcome back to the Just Your Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. Big up to Luman Barber Swan. He says, yes, Joe, my G. Big up to you. Big up Alison, CR81, Gavin. We've got Nige D and Annabelle Lee. Listen, we're going to be... did you hear? Big up to Gav, Nige D and Annabelle Lee. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Yes, Darren Lee. Annabelle Lee. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. New star. Big up to everyone. Listen, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. We're of course going to be talking a lot about England this morning because England won. England got 3 points. England got a clean sheet. Listen, we notoriously, we don't win in the first game. You have to take the positives, right? You have to take the positives. We did that. We got a clean sheet. We're top of the group. Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm just sending a message to Lockie. 1 second. We were just chatting about England. Anyway, yeah. I was trying to get him on, but he's going back to bed. I said, don't worry, after this, so am I, bro. Justin says, still missed the scream. March to give up. You had a good day yesterday. Yeah, it was good, man. Happy Father's Day and all that jazz. It was good. Morning, Grumpy Lumper. Great name. Stop moving, camera. Stop. There we go. Morning, Joe and all. Bring on Denmark. That's the thing, innit? Yeah, bring on Denmark. Of course, naturally, as you would expect, there was a massive outcry about performance and stuff, and we can get into it. You know, but for 30 minutes we were unplayable. For 30 minutes we were on top. We started amazing. We get the goal, and then we retreat, which there was, we did do that. And obviously everyone's a manager. Everyone will question the subs, and I get that, myself included. I called the Gallagher one. Not saying it was the right choice, but I just thought he would bring him on because he would look to break things up and stuff. But like others have said, and I've just been listening to Stick to Football, and Gary Lineker and Micah were saying it was the wrong sub. We needed someone to get on the ball and keep the ball, and there's probably something in that as well. Didn't understand the Bowen one at the time for Saka, but Saka, a few fitness issues. Bowen came on and actually did well. I think the biggest thing was Foden staying on for as long as he did. Maybe it'd have been better to get the best out of Foden. Maybe playing more centrally. Obviously, when Bellingham's on the pitch, you can't do that. So could he have switched it around that way instead of bringing Manu on for Bellingham? Perhaps maybe bringing Gordon on and then moving forward and more central. I don't know, because at times Manu was at the tip of the attack. He was doing the running from the front. And look, we let Serbia back in. We probably could have gone and got a second and third goal had we have kept up the same momentum and the same tempo that we started with, so there is a case for that. But ultimately, we got 3 points. We got a clean sheet. There's only us and Spain that have got a clean sheet thus far this tournament. It's been hard to come by. They did have the chances. Pickford, when called upon, happy days, kept us in it. So we'll see. But like Darren says, first game, lots of improvement to come. The Euros are not won or lost after one game. We will get stronger. Yeah, look, Argentina lost their game at the World Cup and went on to win it, didn't they? I agree. Wasn't great. Was it? Is it due to where he's being played? Probably. Obviously out on the left, but that's something Southgate has to look at. That's something Gareth has to look at, obviously, about how he's going to get the best out of Foden. Kane was anonymous, but again, we didn't. He had that chance with a header. What a save! If he scores that, it's 2-0. Scores that, it's 2-0. We're coasting, aren't we? And I'm not going to bash Kane for that. I've seen some wild takes like on different channels, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. But it's like Foden and Kane were poor, so therefore get him out. And it's like it's done to draw you in. It's done for the clicks and all that. No one can genuinely be having a conversation about dropping Harry Kane. Like, we can't do that. That's just wild. And he nearly scored if it weren't for an unreal save. He probably would have scored had we have kept our foot on the gas. Do you see what I'm saying? Had we have played with the same intensity, and that's down to the manager and the tactics, right? It was like, right, we're in front now. Let's keep this, and hopefully we can catch them in transition, etc. Because we've got quality players, we can't get away from that fact. But it's almost like it was almost like we were worried about Serbia too much, and they sense that. Then that obviously bred confidence into them, and what then wanted to continue to attack, and the subs helped. Mitrovic coming off, I thought Mitrovic was better than Vlahovic, but getting Tadic onto the pitch was good. Jovic as well, and they did cause us problems. Can't get away from that. Locke says lovely stuff. Now I can hate on Leeds and England on your channel, mate. Yeah. When do you play? You don't. So shut the fuck up. All right, shut the fuck up. So yeah. Let's see what some more comments are saying. I want to get people's opinion. Harry Kane was a ghost last night. Don't think he touched the ball in the first 35 minutes and sub him off. No, Matty. It didn't matter. See, for me, Matty, that wasn't personnel choice because it didn't matter who played there. They'd have done the same. It was the structure more so and getting service. Like, you heard Shearer speak on comms. He's like, yeah, it can get frustrating as a striker, but you've just got to stay there because your moment will come. And his moment did come, and the keeper made a worldy save. What would have Watkins and Tony done different? I don't think many would have, if I'm being totally honest. That's just my opinion. So I don't think it was more so like... And you look, it'd be wild to drop Kane. This is my thing as well, Matty. This is where it comes back to, like, double standards in a sense. In previous tournaments, we've all had a go at Kane for dropping deep. Get in the box, that's where you should be. Get in the box. Then when he did that last night, he didn't do enough. I think it's harsh. Kane did better defensively, to be fair, last night. He kept us ahead with that heading block. Yeah, I think Pickford would have saved it, but you're right. Right place, right time. A bit concerning was Southgate's comments about why we dropped off second half. He said they were tired after putting too much physical effort in the first half. I didn't see that. Yeah, nah. What else has been said? England and Leeds do this, get a goal and then sit back. I don't think Leeds do it, Philip. I don't know what you're on about, bro. England missed a trick in not taking Rashford. Get Michael, stop, man. Rashford did not deserve... This is what I'm saying. We're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Tell me why Rashford deserved to go to the Euros. He did not. He's had an absolute stinker. Grealish has barely played. Yeah? Other players could have done it, but he wouldn't have used them anyway. Eze could have done it. Gordon could have done it. All these players could have done it. No, Simon, no. He used to play for Juve, mate. Have been linked with Arsenal. I don't think he's at Juve anymore. But yeah, he wasn't that great last night, mate. He wasn't that great. Well, that's not true, mate. He didn't come into midfield at all yesterday. He didn't do that at all. He didn't do that, bro. Southgate is the only England manager to win opening fixture over Euros and has done it twice on the spin. Start with a win and build on it. Kane's goal record over the last 10 years speaks for itself. Exactly. You don't take him off, do you? Morning, Joe. Fought yesterday despite the win, which is great. We were very disappointed. I just think it's the manner of the win. Because we saw for 30 minutes how good England can be. He let the handbrake off. England dominated. They were rotating. Bellingham was running the show and did run the show, by the way. But he was running the show. There was so much rotation in that, between Foden, Bellingham, Rice. Rice, for me, we talk about some individuals. We're all worried about defence. Mark Guehi was great. What a performance. Playing balls into midfield, winning his duels, vital tackles at vital moments. I thought he was great. Yeah. Declan Rice as well. It was Declan Rice of West Ham, and what I mean by that is maybe Arsenal is adjudged to play a bit more further forward, get involved more in attacks. But for England last night, he was doing what he did at West Ham, just popping up at the right moment in the box. And probably a lot of that was due to the fact we were under the cosh, right? Arsenal, maybe you don't see it as much because it's not under the cosh as much, right? And we shouldn't be under the cosh against Serbia. But listen, these are international footballers. They did have some good players in there. Milinkovic, Savic, Vlahovic, Mitrovic, Kostic. They had some really, really good players in there. So they're not a bad side, but they're not one of the greats. I'm not trying to rewrite things here at all. But yeah, Kane and Gallagher drew plenty of fouls late on, which is what Grealish is only used. This is the thing. Well, that's one thing I will say for Gallagher. He brought him on to be busy. I said it at the time. He made the change, and he did do that. He did break up play. He did get us up the pitch. Okay, others might want your ball carriers and such to keep the ball and keep it ticking over. But I understand why he brought him on. Locke says, for years people moaned that. Exactly, this is what I'm saying. Exactly, Locks. This is exactly my point. Exactly my point, mate. I think Foden should have been subbed yesterday and maybe brought on an Eze, maybe brought on a Gallagher. That's probably what would have happened. I didn't understand the Saka one. The menu for Bellingham, again, it was almost like, oh God, we're really under the cosh here. And then like Menu was playing ahead of Kane at one point. But yeah. But Matty, you made a claim that he was dropping him, and he didn't do that yesterday. So Kane was fine. That comes back to that thing of if Kane doesn't score, he's poor. If a striker doesn't score, he's poor. He was fine yesterday. He got on the end of a cross that the keeper made a worldie for, and I'd imagine if the keeper doesn't make the worldie save, you won't be speaking about Kane. He did fine. You're never gonna. Why? I would never sub Kane ever. Me personally. Why would you? Unless he was injured. Evie says, Bellingham is my ideal footballer. He's beautiful to watch, strong, fast, and also a shithouse with the brain, taking it on the line but not crossing it and losing his head. He's phenomenal, isn't he? No, definitely not, Sam. This is what I'm saying. But, we can pick the bones out of it. There were a few, more than a few issues that we can talk about. Pickford was great, but he always is, man. My only gripe is playing Trent in midfield. He really got found out in that position later in the... Yeah. We were saying this as well. Is like he did on 2 occasions get caught napping that created chances for them, and that's my point, and that's why everyone have been saying against the better opposition he'll get hammered, and I think there's something in that. But he's been used in the group stages, I think, to be able to play them heat-seeking balls, switch the play. And I tell you what doesn't help the setup as well is Trippier being left back. He's good, he's solid, but if you have Shaw on there, it gives us more balance. It enables us to create attacks down that left-hand side as well. You're looking to switch it out to Shaw, who's naturally left-footed, and he's putting the ball into the box for Kane. He's not having to switch on to his right. But the whole team he was still at the tip. You said he was dropping into midfield. What do you want him to do, stand in an offside position? That he was still at the front of the 11 that was on the pitch. Can't forget this is a thing as well. There was a few chances where it got cut back by Walker. There was one where it got cut by Saka. The only thing is, I'm positive because we won. We got 3 points and we got a clean sheet. As I said, there's only us in Spain that have got a clean sheet. And to be fair, they were really under it at times. And Croatia, I think they had a higher XG than what Spain did. I think the XG tonight from both teams was the lowest in the tournament thus far. Lowest in, this is what everyone does. This is the lowest XG in the Championship. This is the lowest XG in the Premier League. Who gives a fuck? I don't, because I know we're top of the group with 3 points and we won 1-0. That's all I care with. I don't think we got away with one, mate. Can't deal with England fans losing it over the game we won. This is what we do. Some massive difference when left back is right footed. We've seen it with Byron when he was left back. Yeah, agreed, mate. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, let's get into some news now, and we'll talk about what other people have had to say. Before we do, though, here's your fantasy team update. Your boy had Bellingham. Happy days. Got 12 points. 2 points for 86 minutes played. Clean sheet, goal scored. 5 balls recovered. And player of the match gets him 3 points. So you got a massive 12 points to Jude, which gives me 49 overall. I have moved up slightly. It does say 20th, but obviously there's a lot of people on the same point. Sorry, I'm in 18th. But there's a lot of people in 14th, look, that are on the same point. Same for 11th. Can you see yourself there? We have had a change at the top, though, because Boss Nasu was top, has dropped off it. And now Unbelievable Hard, which is Matt R's team's moved up there. He had Cody Gakpo. Great shout. All his teams played there. So, he's got Mbappe and Cancelo on the bench. My apologies. It'd be interesting who we change him for. Probably change him for one of the midfielders, I'd imagine. I'd be bringing Mbappe on for Meyer, just looking at the points. Sorry, Xavi Simons, because he's only got 2 points. But yeah, he could have a good day. I'm looking forward to my day. I can't lie to you, because my team, as I say, I do have that front three. Lukaku, Doku and Mbappe to play today. I'll be bringing Bruno Fernandes in for Dani Olmo, and I'll be bringing Cancelo in for Bednarak. So hopefully Portugal, who are outside picks, will be up there. Listen, Jake, I've made a claim before and people said it was too early, but he will be the best English player ever. Locks, I don't know what to do myself. Because I've got Verts, and I was thinking, listen, that's a steady haul. But Bellingham, for example, if you captained him, he'd have got you 24 points. And he scored 1 goal, got man of the match, ball recoveries, etc. Verts, 1 goal. Did he get player of the match, Verts, as well? No, it went to Musiala, didn't it? But I just think with Lukaku playing Slovakia, is it Slovakia they played? Let me just double check. It's today anyway, innit? Belgium plays Slovakia, yeah. There's chance for goals, and all he needs is 2, right? And an assist playing. I think I'm going to change it, Locks. I think I'm going to change it from Verts to Lukaku. I'm not sure on France, because I think Austria will be hard for them to break down. I do think they'll win, and Mbappe will probably score if anybody does. But I'm more confident of seeing Lukaku, up against up against that Slovakian defence. What's my league, Claude? What do you mean you've not entered, man? You're dead anyway. I always beat you, don't I? But I'll give you it, mate. 1 second. But yeah, there's quite a few people in there yet. Now, there you go. There's the code. The code is there, mate. This is the code for it. Don't forget to smash the likes, folks, as well. We're here every morning at 9 a.m. during the Euros for the Euro Breakfast Show. We're going to go through the news now as well. Okay, so let's see what Gareth has had to say about Jude then. This is what he's been chatting. Let's see what Gareth's had to say about yesterday's performance and specifically Jude Bellingham. If I just scroll it down, see what he's had to say. Speaking to BBC Sports, Southgate says he writes his own script. The timing of his runs, it was a super bit of playing the build-up of his play. I think all of our forward players look really good. I'm confident we will score goals. Playing against a back five is not easy to create chances, and we did. I like the fact we had to suffer without the ball because that is an area we have worked on a lot this week. We were obviously much better than last week at doing that, which is important. Okay, he's seen improvements, so that's important. And listen, you can't get away from the fact that we did create chances. On another day, we do better. Right, let's have a look at what Jamie Carragher's had to say. I do rate Jamie Carragher as a pundit, to be fair to the lad. Let's see what he's had to case. So he's had to... Jamie Carragher names the one England player whose role must change in order to win Euro 2024. And he is speaking about Kane, so he is pricked for the Kane hater in the chat. The problem with a player of Kane's many abilities is that he reduces his effectiveness by 50%. Kane is a multitasking modern centre-forward who reduced to one dimension during the 1-0 win, he wrote in his column. But again, this is my point, though, right? We say he's dropping into midfield. Now when he doesn't do that, it's still not good enough. So what do you want him to do, Jamie? This is what I would ask people. Do you want him to Now drop back in there and overcrowd the midfield that already has Bellingham on it who can do it all, that has Foden in there, you know. Do we really want to do that? I would argue no, because then what? I don't, listen, Jamie knows much more about the game than me, but it's like we want one thing and not the other. If Southgate persists with the same system for the rest of the tournament, their 9 will be heavily compromised, possibly too much. Having come into the Euros with Phil Foden conundrum after one game, Southgate has a Kane one. In the first half, Kane registered just 2 touches of the ball. For a player of his class, that is deeply worrying. Kane touched the ball 24 times in the end and won a number of fouls to keep his team out the game. Yet Carragher thinks the Bayern Munich striker has much more to his game to merely be a focal point and an old-fashioned battering ram. Continued at his best, he is goal-scoring number 9, a false 9, and a creative number 10. Redefining him as a poacher to accommodate so many teammates who want to occupy the deep number 10 position will be the most contentious decision Southgate makes. I wouldn't want to have him coming in there and it just getting overcrowded. He says Kane is best when he's surrounded by pace. At the last 3 international tournaments, he liked to drop deep and supply passes to rapid wide strikers like Saka and Sterling, or when selected, Rashford. So what? So we go back to what we were doing before? Is that what we're saying? Yeah, I think that's all he's had to say. There you go. That may be the case. But I don't... Again, I'll come back to it. It's almost like all the complaints that we had in the last tournament. Kane dropping deep. Yeah, he's got their runners with Sterling and Rashford and stuff. Come to this tournament, he's not doing that. We now want what we fucking had in the last tournament. This is what I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, on to Holland now. Wout Weghorst says he claims at least anyway, that he predicted his late winner for the Netherlands against Poland in Euro 2024. Obviously, he came off the bench. Cody Gakpo got them back on level terms with Poland after Buxer got them in front. Weghorst came on off the bench for Depay. Listen, I would start Weghorst. Depay was so profligate in front of goal. This is what he's had to say though. Look, first touch, 1 shot, 1 goal. Not bad. I told my partner earlier this morning, because she was doubting whether she would come, I said it would be a draw 20 minutes before the end, then I would come on and score. Sometimes you just feel it. Love that. I can't believe his missus wasn't going to come. His missus was like, listen, I'm not calling. He's going, I had a dream. It was 1-1 after 20 minutes to go. I came on the bit, and he did it. And his missus was probably there. Coleman says that Wout wasn't pleased to learn he'd be starting on the bench, saying, I tried to explain by every individual player the possibilities for starting to come on the pitch in the second half when we needed a different player. He was a little bit upset, and I think that is a good reaction. Wout is upset and doing a lot to get the opportunity to start. We were not able to run a lot in the first half, but Wout is aggressive. He always takes initiative and has a good header as well. He has one chance and finds the net. Just looking at Netherlands' next game, they play France on Friday at 8 o'clock. He starts that game just because he'll be the focal point, right? He'll be adjudged to hold it up and try get Holland up the pitch, because you'd imagine that France will be the main aggressor there. It'll be an interesting game. We've got some great games coming anyway after this first round, I'll tell you that much. There was a lot of fighting last night between Serbians and Englishmen in Gelsenkirchen. If you are out there or are going out there, then please do be safe. A lot of trouble broke out between the English and the Serbians. Jude Bellingham sends message to Kobe Mainoo when coming on. Let's have a look. Congrats, my boy. First of many. That was on Instagram. Not really a news story, but yeah, that was his first competitive game for England. Obviously, Christian Eriksen scored as well on an emotional Euro Championship return. They were held by Slovenia, though. Again, that's a huge plus for England. Great for Eriksen, of course, because last time he was at this tournament, he effectively died. Like, that's literally what happened. obviously was brought back to life, and now he's playing in the next tournament. He scores the opening goal for them in their first group game. It was written in the stars, and it was a very good goal as well. I think it was a throw from Bar. Wind flicked it on, and then Johan Eriksson found the back of the net. In terms of the game, though, a little bit like England, the second half was all the opposition, Slovenia, and they obviously get an equaliser. It's 1-1, but again, I'll come back to it. It's a great result for England. Yeah, 100%, John. I'm not concerned about either of the opposition. Not concerned at all. But there you go. Axe-wielding man was shot as well. Axe-wielding man was shot by German police after Euro 2024 soccer game in Hamburg. German police said Sunday they shot and wounded a man who was threatening them with a pick hammer and Molotov cocktail in the northern city of Hamburg, hours before it hosted a match in the Euro Championship. I don't think he was shot and killed. Let's have a look. The police said the man may have been suffering from mental illness and that there was no indication the incident was related to 2024, Euro 2024. They're going to say that though, aren't they? On Friday, police fatally shot an Afghan man after he killed a compatriot and later wounded 3 people watching the game between Germany and Scotland. That was Friday though. Oh God, I don't know. But yeah, stay safe, everyone. There is an axe-wielding man. Well, he is, like, to be fair, like, I don't know much on the story. I did see it yesterday, but this axe-wielding man has literally got, like, the little pickaxe there with the police at either side of him, so it wasn't as if he was going on a rampage. He was just, like, yeah, clearly not well. I'd imagine it might have been, like, some sort of rubber bullet or something like that, but you can see, like, he's sort of got, like, a little axe in his hand there, but yeah. People use these tournaments as an opportunity to... either cause shit or make statements and all that sort of stuff, don't they? So just stay safe, people. Let's see what else has been said here. England begin Euro 24 quest with win over Serbia, Dutch head Poland. Yeah, that's just a roundup of yesterday's game. Same again there with Weghorst. Liverpool midfielder Dominic Szoboszlai infuriates Reds fans with embarrassing remarks before Hungary loss. What's he said? Let's have a look. Speaking ahead of the game, Szoboszlai appeared to express gratitude for his limited role in the final weeks of the season. He said, I've just finished a difficult season, but since this was my first in the Premier League, I'm not dissatisfied with my performance, although I definitely want to have a better season next time. I usually think positively, so it won't bother me that I played a similar role at Liverpool at the end of the season, or smaller role. At least the chance of injury was lower, and I could focus on the European Championships earlier. What's the problem there? That's purely an article trying to drum up things. He said, I had a poor season, I'll be better next season. And because I had a poor season, it meant I didn't play a lot, and therefore I didn't get injured because I'm the captain of my nation and I'm the star boy. I don't know why we try to make that a story. It's a non-story. Yeah, he did not upset no Liverpool fans with that, I would imagine. Anyway, yeah, I think that's that on the latest Euro news. Obviously, today's fixtures are as follows, folks. We have Romania versus Ukraine, another Euro Classico like Slovenia-Denmark. So we've got Romania versus Ukraine. Then that's followed by Belgium versus Slovakia. Looking forward to that. And then we've got Austria versus France. A lot of people's pre-tournament favourites, so we can get a look at at France as well. So yeah, you've got to be there. Make sure you join me. We'll obviously be live from 2:30. But before we do that, keep your comments coming in. We'll get a few answered. Let's talk about some Leeds United news as well. Rasmus Christensen update. Leeds United face transfer decision with significant wages emerging. I mean, this again, there's non-stories out there, people. Trust me. There is no stories concerning Leeds United at the minute. But this just says he's no club. He's at the Euros. He's on 40 grand a week. Will he come back? That's all it is. Well, it remains to be seen, but at the end of the day, he didn't get on last night. I don't think he'll play much in the tournament, if at all. Who wants him? I don't think many do. So he's going to have a conversation, a bit like Aronson has, where if you're staying, take a wage cut, which is what Aronson has done. I'd rather he didn't stay, but it feels highly unlikely. Feels highly likely that he will at this point, because we have no suitors for him potentially. This one says, great news for great. Leeds eyeing up unbelievable first signing. Basically, this is in response to Alfie Gilchrist, just basically saying if we sign Alfie Gilchrist, it'll allow Archie Gray to play midfield. Again, that's just it's a non-news story. We're just regurgitating the same stuff. This one here from the YEP. Ex-Leeds United star calls for particular white signing with rival player admission. I think this is like Brian Dean talking. Yeah, Brian Dean said that we should sign Kiefer Moore. I don't think he's far wrong. Danny Mills says that Archie Gray is not ready for Arsenal, Spurs or Liverpool. Again, a lot of opinion pieces. The way these opinion pieces works, I've actually done it myself. What they will do, they will pay you a fee. So, for example, they may pay a fee. They'll pay Danny Mills, Brian Dean, you see David Norris mentioned. See a lot of the same people, Carlton Palmer's another. What happens is you get paid a fee, then they will ask you 5 questions in half an hour. And then they will then snippet that up and make it into news stories. So, for example, you will see Danny Mills do a couple of stories. You'll see Brian Dean. You'll have seen it all the time. You'll have seen Carlton Palmer, and they'd have said, so Archie Gray could be on his way to top 6 club. What do you think? And his response, I don't think he's ready yet. It's too early. Right, okay, boom. He's not ready. Arsenal, Spurs and Liverpool transfer warning over Leeds star. When literally all it was Danny getting asked a question and he gave his answer. So, yeah, that's all you'll see for a little bit. It's all right money if you can get it, isn't it? Leeds United dealt major Joe Rodon blow as Premier League transfer update emerges. This is coming to Football London, Football Insider, regurgitated all this stuff. But it does say Leeds only have a slim hope of re-signing Rodon. Reason being that the newly promoted clubs are interested in him. There probably will be elements of truth in this. Joe Rodon had a great season, and teams that have gone up may well look at him. It makes sense, and I think we might struggle. The only thing we've got going in our favour, I think, is Joe Rodon. Obviously, really, really liked it here, and we'll get game time, etc., etc. But ultimately, Premier League, bigger wages, etc. We know how this story goes. We've seen this movie before. And then just finally, in the Leeds United news, Liverpool are interested in signing unplayable 35 million star, which of course is Crysencio Somerville, which again we know about. He's wanted by Chelsea, he's wanted by Newcastle, and he's wanted by Liverpool. And I think a lot of it will be dominoes falling, folks. So what will happen is, if Chelsea get Elise, I know he plays on a different side, but they then might move on. They then might move on from Somerville and say, listen, we've bought a winger. We need to look at other positions. We can get by with Nkunku playing on the left. I know he likes to play through the centre, but full pre-season, playing from the left. So there's that. So that then might mean, okay, so Chelsea don't want Somerville. We'll now get a free run at him. So it'll all be about dominoes waiting to fall. So yeah, there's literally no news at the minute. No news, which we sort of expected. I think with the Euros just kicking off, a lot of players will just be highly focused on the games in hand, etc. So I don't think we expected anything more. Get some questions in before we finish up. Michael Brown says, realistically, not many clubs will likely come for Nomto, Somerville or Rutter, as the price tag may put clubs off. Nah, I disagree. I think they will come for Somerville, for sure. I almost feel as well Leeds will probably want to move some of them on to garner the cash that they need. Sweden, LUFC Sweden says no news is good news. Fair. Please, nobody ask Paul Robinson. He's another, right? So we get Paul Robinson, Danny Mills, David Norris, which is a wild one, Carlton Palmer, Brian Dean. They're normally the ones that get asked about Leeds United. Who's been released as a free agent, Ethan? Who is it, mate? Oh, are we on about Rasmus? Are we just saying just release him as a free agent? That's funny. We can't do that, can we? How much we get with Harrison if he's sold? Around about what we paid, I think. 12 to 15 million, I reckon. Yeah, 49ers do their business quietly as well. Not expecting anything for a while. Probably something in that, Paul. Any news on the South American lad? Yeah, it's never really been picked up. I don't know if we were just used or whatever, but when the fee that was apparently mooted of 13 million, Sonny, I don't see Leeds spending that this window. I genuinely can't see us spending that this window, so there you go. He's off to West Ham, yeah, I don't know, but I've not seen that come from any sort of reliable sources either. Reports are saying Liverpool got 42 million offer for an 18-year-old rejected, so hopefully they will pay our asking price for Creed. Would love to keep him, though. I don't think we'll keep him, will we? I don't think we'll keep him. I don't know what you folks think. But like I say, it's the start of a week, and it's a very quiet start to the week, folks. If anything happens between now and the first game, I'll keep you updated. Please do smash a like on this video on your way out. Have a great day. See you live here at 1:30 for Romania versus Ukraine. It's going to be a long one. That I know some of you might be working and that, so like just put it on there. Whatever you're doing for work, have me as your radio or whatever. You know how this story goes. Legends. I'm going to go get some more kip now because I didn't manage to get kip last time. Friday, Saturday or Sunday, so now I can get some hours in quick because by the end of the day I've been like this. Anyway, I'll see you later at 1:30. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on The Breakfast Show. Have a great day, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. England, England, England. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.